Loud. And you need to unmute, Jerry.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. This is Jerry Zingafus. I'm calling in from Parrish, Florida. If you don't know where that's at, it's a little south of Tampa. I'm so happy to welcome you all here. Our numbers are keep going up. So it's great to have everyone here. I'm sending a special welcome out to our newbies. I know a lot of them are afraid to speak up in that, but please, we don't bite. And, you know, if you have a result, what happened to you might be life-saving to somebody else and help so many other people. So please just raise your hand, you know, say hello, and we'll help you through it. Don't be shy. And on that, how to raise your hand is at the bottom of the screen on the computer. There's a reaction button. So if you click on that, it'll say raise your hand. And if you don't mind holding it up while you talk, it places you on the screen and then people can, you know, see you and talk with you, and we'll get through that way. And we like all our people to be giving us testimonials though. So please, if you have something that's, you know, anything, it can help somebody. So please speak up. And we're a family and we want to help everyone. So that's what it's all about. So please let the first 15 minutes be to our greatest patch ever, X39. That patch you want to start with, that's the patch that's going to address everything. It might not be as quickly as you want it, but it will get there. And then we also add in Celergize now, because we're having many, many great results with that. So if you have any of those two in the first 15 minutes, we'd love to hear from you. And then after that, you can chime in with the other patches. And we'd like you to stay compliant, which means don't mention disease names. You know, when you go to the doctor, they tell you you have this. Well, that's what they're going to tell you. But all we want to hear are your symptoms. And if you explain what's going on with you, we'll probably understand. And we'd like to hear how you were, what patch you used, what was the outcome, how long you were on the patch, any of that good information. That'd be really great. So, you know, we don't claim to treat, cure, or diagnose any condition. So, you know, we're all about symptoms and helping people with their health to feel better and just have a wonderful life. So with that, you can start putting up your hands. I'd love to see some hands up there. And tell me what's going on in your life, because when you're done with this call, you're going to hear why we call it our miracle call. And you know what? It's almost the greatest way to start off your week. I mean, Monday morning, all of us on this call, it's just amazing to hear from people. So if I don't see any hands, I'm going to start off with fur babies. I love my fur babies. And there are so many good fur baby stories. I mean, my one partner here, my teammate, her little dog, it was 6 months old, got stamped on by one of their horses, just an accident. And for years and years, it was in pain. They couldn't do much with it. It limped. And this dog is a pit bull, and it is 90 pounds, and it is 6.5 years old. And after they would use their patches, they'd take their used X39 and put it under its collar. And in 2 days, she sent me a video with this dog running around. So our fur babies really good results from this. So with that, I'll end it with a fur baby story, and I will start off with Danielle. And it was so nice to meet you in Dallas.
Oh God, that was the best. I think my life really changed that day. I honestly believe that. So, and I'm pretty excited. I'll just do a quick share. I was on the call with one of my brand partners, and I got a cramp in my foot, and it hurt so bad. And you know, once it starts, it goes. And I just took the X39 off of my neck and put it on the top of my foot. And literally, I don't think it took but about 10 seconds, and it just disappeared. So quick share.
And I'm going to either expound a little bit on that is like Jonathan knows, and some of you knows, I have a stick shift. And my right foot, I'm driving in traffic, and I get a cramp in the instep. I mean, it was bad. And I hurried up and I took that X39 off, and I'm putting it down there, and I'm still trying to drive, and my foot is curling up. And all of a sudden it went away. And like you said, Danielle, 15 seconds maybe.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
I know. Thank you so much. Lavelle, please unmute. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so let's talk about when we first got started. My wife and we got the patches, My wife had been bedridden actually for 2.5 months. Her hands were curling up. And we got the patches and I put them on her and she said, "What is this? What is this? What is this? Take it off." And I was like, "What's wrong?" She said, "It feels like it's inflaming me." So we actually called David Schmidt. He called us back. Isn't that amazing? And we told him what happened. He said, "Well, it sounds like it's trying to fix everything." He said, "Well, take it off, drink some water, and put it back on in about an hour." We did that. And my wife said, "No, no, no, take it off, take it off." And we did it again, and we did it again, and we did it again. Well, she fell asleep the third time we did it. And she had the best night of rest she had in 2.5 months. And, when you're in pain, you can't sleep. But that night, she slept through the night. And the next morning, I was downstairs making breakfast. And all of a sudden, I heard her screaming. And I ran upstairs and I was like, "Babe, are you okay?" What she was screaming is, "My pen's gone! My pen is gone!" So that was just an amazing, amazing time. And I love my wife, but I didn't have that same experience because I had excruciating knee pain. And because I used to run 8 miles a day on that pavement, which isn't good for you. And what happened is my pain was there for about a month, but after a month, it was gone. And it's been 6 months, 6 years now, and it's never come back. So thanks so much for letting me share.
Right. Thanks for sharing those. And yes, everybody, listen to what Lavelle just said. If you're having a reaction that you don't think it's something you want, take the patch off, give it a rest. And he said one important thing, hydration, hydration. Drink the water. Your body needs the water in there. And put it back on and keep trying. I was so happy for Majay's results. And then on his end, where it took a while, I had that problem with that nerve that goes from the back down the legs. I couldn't even sit down for over 3 weeks. And it took 3.5 months. But unbeknownst to me, that X39 is very smart. Your stem cells are the smartest cells there are. It's going to go where you need it the most. And yes, it was going to my heart. I had 2 stents put in. They almost lost me. So let me tell you, that patch is going to go to where you needed it the most. So Lavelle, you had something else going on there. So thank you for sharing. Kate, come on in.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's so good to be here with you. And I'm going to add to my original story of my heart. And for those who don't know that part, is like I put the patches on for my knees, but a bigger miracle happened along the way to getting the knees fixed. My heart, which had 2 chambers compromised by electrical problems, 2 separate names, and it was causing me to nearly pass out. And it was terrifying to wake up every day wondering if this is the day that happens, because the doctor actually told me if I did pass out completely, I was gone. And it wasn't true, but he told me that. So going from that terrible situation to 6 months with X39, added X49, 3 months later, so 9 months in, with those 2 patches just for the 3 months, I went back to the specialist heart doctor, and he asked questions. I couldn't answer them. He couldn't figure out, well, you've got these conditions. Why can't you tell me? And I said, because they're not happening. And he goes, well, wait a minute. I'm going to check with your loop recorder and we'll see what the story is. He looked back up at me when he did, and he said, Kate, we have clinical evidence that we know we failed with the ablations. What you did worked. Keep doing it. And that was like touchdown. I have my LifeWave story. I have my heart back. I have no more fears every morning. And now here it is, a 1.5 years or more later, and I'm finding out that the heart murmur I was born with, where doctors would call other doctors over to hear, so it was weird, it's gone as well. No more heart issues that I know of. And this is another hallelujah moment.
Congratulations. So glad to hear that.
Thank
Wow.
you. Thank you.
And if you all hear that, I love to repeat what Robin says. At least her doctor says, keep doing what she's doing. But a lot of the doctors are going to say, that's not possible. And like Robin says, maybe in your world, but in our world, it's possible. So keep patching. So Nancy, please unmute. Let's hear from you. Whoops. Yeah, there
Okay,
you are.
now I figured it out. Well, I have had a lot of awesome results from the X39. And just recently, the latest result is that I'm looking at my feet and all, and I had from walking all those years, I was a nurse and I had really bad spider veins, thick around my ankles. And those I can hardly even see anymore. They're just gone. And there's many things that's happened since I started it. But like that one lady was talking about what she had in her chest, I also have that too. And I've been doing mostly just the X39 and another one for pain and inflammation. But those problems I was having with the irregularities in my heart quit. I haven't had to have the scary, I'm going to faint or I need to get to the hospital or because and this has just gone on the last month where this has settled down. And so I have another heart appointment. I'm excited to see how that's going to go. But there's been just alone, and I wear the X39 for over a year now. And when I first started it, I wound up in the hospital because I fell. I dislocated my hip and fractured my leg 3 places, and I put the hip bone through my pelvis. And I did not use, they were adamant. They said, we'll give you all the pain medicine you need. But I said, I don't need it. I just keep my hip lined because I was in traction for 6 weeks in the hospital and at the trauma center. And I never did use those pain medicines. And I still, till this day, haven't. And I got to get a new hip because it didn't work. But the thing of it is I'm just amazed that I didn't have to have narcotics. I tried them one time. They made me really sick. I said, I won't take them again. And then they had 6 doctors who came in every morning to see me. Because this was an orthopedic trauma center here in Colorado at Memorial. And they come in and see me, we'll give you the pain medicine. I said, well, why would I take it if I don't need it? And I was amazed because till this day, I'm a year into this now. And I'm still just using the X39, and I had a trigger finger just recently. This last couple of weeks, I got what they call a trigger finger in my little finger, and it hurt so bad, and it would lock up, and I'd have to push it open with the other hand. So I took my old patches, the X39 and the Eon, I just wrapped it around it at night, and then I take it off for 4 hours so I can put my other patches on. But that finger is healing, and it's only been a couple of weeks, and they said it would be a while before that would get better. But it's already started because I couldn't even sleep at night. The pain was so bad in my hand, and I put that on my hand, and the pain would go away, and I'd get my sleep. Those patches just do amazing things.
They do. You've had such amazing results, Nancy. Oh, so glad to hear that. And I know Robin has a finger story too, where apparently I'm pretty sure, Robin, I remember it was crooked and it's not anymore. So just keep patching. Wonderful, wonderful stories. Thank you for sharing, Nancy.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Jonathan, please unmute.
Oh, guys, I have so many stories, but I'll just stick. So they wanted to do an ablation on me as well. And I told them no. I said, my patches are going to work. They're like, what? I'm like, wait and see. I said, give me 3 months. And I went back and my heart was, my ticker was ticking the way that it should be. and they couldn't believe it. They made me come back 6 months, a year. Finally, they said, okay, whatever this is working. But my story was about one of my brand partners. I talked to him about how the body reacts to the patches, because it's the body that does the work. The patches just, give it a push. And he had back pain. He had back pain for years, maybe 15 years. And I said, well, listen, I said, it can only do good. Give it a shot. So he ordered and he ordered and he ordered. And today he says, man, I will always be ordered because I can't feel my back pain anymore. I'm like, praise God. So it works. Sometimes it takes time. We are so spoiled because of the pharmaceutical agencies. They give you this stuff that deaden the pain right away, and it's not doing any good. But now we have something that does good for our bodies. Thank you so
Right.
much.
Thank you, Jonathan. And yeah, pointing that out. Yeah, they can deaden the pain, but they're not treating what's going wrong with you. Just stay with it. I'm going into my 5th year now, and I'm still getting results. So keep going. So Sarah, come on in. And also now we're at the 15 of the hour, so you can mention any of the patches. So Sarah, good morning.
Good morning, everyone. I've been using the patches I'm also going into my 5th year now. And I've had many medical miracles.
Right.
But my story today is not about medical miracles. It's about a general sense of well-being and just being young. I'm 81 years young and feel like I'm 50. And yesterday I got proof. I was at a meeting where most of the people were around my age. Maybe some of them were 50, 60, 70, 80. And everybody was telling me, wow, what's happened to you? I haven't seen you for years, but you look like you're 30 again. And it's not so much what people say, it's how I feel inside. I mean, it's a new lease on life every day. Can jump out of bed, get on with my projects, just feel that life is good. And I think that is so important at this time of change and what's happening on our planet. Just if we're a group of people who feel good and raise the vibration, what can be more important than that? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing, Sarah. That was great. Yeah, it's your well-being. And yeah, you can see all these ads out there for, this is reverse aging. It's, they're trying to get you to look younger. This is actually reversing everything in your body, your heart, your liver, your kidneys, everything to a younger state. So thank you, Sarah. We love the 30s, don't we?
I love it.
Carol Lynn, please.
Good morning, everyone. This is such a happy call. It makes me so happy to be here and share. I haven't shared in quite a while. I'm passionate about educating my doctors, and they listen to me, and that's another happy story. I've had female labs done for probably the last 15 years where they've been positive. And in the last 2 years, and just last month, I had labs again and they were negative. 2 years in a row. I'm 73 years young. I started the patches when I was 70. So it took 2 years for those labs to turn from positive to negative. But it was over a decade, everyone, over a decade that I was, not a happy girl and I wouldn't take the drugs that they had recommended. So thankfully, I now have X39 and David Schmidt in my back pocket. And I wanted to share quickly that I walked with my neighbor yesterday and I invited her inside to have some Celergize. And her eyes started sparkling. And I asked her how she felt. And she spread out her fingers and she shut her eyes. And she said, I can feel it in every part of my body.
Wow. Amazing. Keep sharing, everybody. Keep sharing. And glad to hear of your results after 2 years, Carolyn. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you. Couple more weeks. Okay, Miss Allie, please share. Good morning.
Hi. For people who haven't heard the story I first shared 3 years ago, when I finally found the patches, I was looking for stem cells that were safe. And more than half my face, like all of this, was paralyzed from brain surgery. And I couldn't breathe, I couldn't get air. It's a good thing I don't believe in getting sick, because if I'd have gotten sick, I'd have really been in trouble. Anyway, I used the I came in just when X49 was shared. So I used 39 and 49. And in 2 weeks, all of that paralysis was gone. And it's like, wow, I got my teeth cleaned. I could feel what Janice was doing. I didn't check to have her use one hand to hold my tongue out of the way. So I keep using them. Things keep getting better. I had a major brain event, so it really threw me. But thank goodness I have them. And I think I'm finally starting to look better and better and getting my mobility back. And I'll never stop using them because things keep improving, even though I'm in my third year.
You look terrific, Allie. Thank you so much for sharing your stories. We do love hearing them. Thank you. Michelle, please unmute and let us hear from you. If you're on a computer, it's at the
Okay.
bottom of this. There you go.
Okay, sorry. I've been on the patches for about 6 years now. And last week, I was going to go to the movie and I tripped and fell on the curb. And I landed on my knee and my eyebrow on the sidewalk. And my head bounced up. And I thought, oh my goodness, I'm going to have whiplash. And I hurt so bad, it's ripped all the skin off my knee. And I got up and the people that were in the store came out to see if I needed an ambulance and to make sure that I didn't have a concussion. They had me look, one was an Army medic and he had me look at his, how many fingers do you see? And check this way and check that way. Anyway, I said, I'm going to be okay. And it took me about a minute or two to get my patches out of my purse. And by the time I got the X39 out of my purse, I had a big knot on my eyebrow that was about an inch or about the size of a cherry tomato. So I put my patch on it. It was like it's sitting on the top of a tree because it was so swollen. I had to pack it all down.
Wow.
And I was actually at the dollar store and I went in there and I got some A&D ointment and some big Band-Aids and I cleaned up my knee and patched up my knee because that would hurt the worst because it took all the skin off. Anyway, what I'm happy about is I didn't break anything. I'm 77. My leg twisted completely. My leg is still sore. I got some bruising down the outside of my calf and I got a big knot and bruise up here on my eyebrow, but that's pretty much gone. My husband has been enjoying the color change, I said, from purple to green. But I'm good. And I just am so grateful that I didn't break anything. A friend of mine who's much younger than me fell not too long ago. She had to have hip surgery and then she had a hip replacement after that because her surgery didn't work. And I'm still sore, but I took a couple Tylenol once or twice, but I haven't had to have anything else. And I'm just so, so grateful. And I think that using my patches over the years as I have, it's probably built up my bones and everything so that I didn't have a damaging break because that could have been very, very serious. And I'm just real grateful to keep using them. So I just wanted to say, keep using them. Don't quit, everybody. They're really working.
Okay, everybody, listen to Michelle. Thank you for sharing, Michelle.
Mm-hmm.
Majay, please unmute.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, what an encouraging call. Absolutely raising the vibrato and the vibe and the synergy. I love it. I went to my doctor the other day and I had all of my blood work done and she gave me a printout of the last 2 years of my blood pressure. And it was amazing. I've been on this incredible technology for 6 years. And my blood pressure when I went in there was was completely mind-blowing. She said that my blood pressure was like a 16-year-old, and I'll be 61 in 2 months. So I'm like, you just flipped my script from 61 to 16. I'll go with that.
We like that. That's for sure.
So
Thank you.
I'm super excited. Thank you so much. No longer on that ugly, nasty medication. So yay.
Yay, that's for sure when we get rid of those. Thanks for sharing, Majay. Carola, good morning.
Good morning. I hadn't shared in a while, but I thought I'd share an X39. Well, I should say my body did the healing, not the X39, but using the technology for over 3 years now, I just realized that the cyst or abscess. I don't know if that's compliant. I hope it is.
You're okay.
On my vagina actually got healed and it doesn't grow anymore. So I'm just way over the moon that because before I was using other products, supplements, and never touched anything. And this, praise the Lord, X39 gave my body to heal itself again.
Wow, wonderful results. Thank you for sharing that, Carola. Hope to see you in a couple weeks. Beamy, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Great call. So I wanted to share a little bit about the water machine because I've been on it about 3 weeks. I know not everybody has it yet, but because I was late setting it up. And what I've noticed is besides this very euphoric, very uplifting, very expanded, calm, beautiful feeling, I was having some back issues, lower back that had just popped up. I was not able to really stand up straight. That really scared me. And it was hurting most of the time when I was walking. And I had different people look at it. But what started to happen is I was drinking the water, 2 cups, 2 glasses, or 2 servings a day. And within about a week, all that started to diminish. And I wasn't doing anything else other than what I normally do with all the patches and the Cellergize. So I credit it to that. And that was
Wow.
really profound.
Yeah. Anybody else having any water machine results? Wonderful, Beamy. Thank you so much. Lavelle.
Sure. So a few people in our group got the water, and Jonathan's group, and two different people who has the loss of memory, loss of ability to, just to function on a daily basis, so that I don't mention the actual condition they
Right.
have.
Mhm.
One person couldn't get out of bed. Take them about half an hour to get out of bed. Couldn't taking baby steps again. Well, he drank the water and he got out of bed like immediately and started walking down the hall faster than he's done since in years. And it's just amazing. And then the other person has the same condition that's in Jonathan's group. And he doesn't have energy or anything like that. And he's been drinking the water now for a couple of weeks. He's out doing yard work in the in the yard now by drinking this water, guys. This really is just an amazing technology. And then one other thing I like to just share, which is really, really close to my heart, is guys, if you know someone that has high blood sugar, please use X39, X49, and SP6. Because my blood sugars was over 200 to 300, guys. And a year ago, in August, Dr. Ackland told me add X49 and SP6 to the X39. And guys, my sugar in 2 weeks went from over 200 down to 86. And it's been over a year now, guys. And it's still around 100 because I use that combination every day.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me share again.
Thank you, Lavelle. Okay, Jonathan, Lavelle stole your thunder, but you come on in and close us up.
I'm just gonna back up what he says.
Roxanne, could you please mute?
Hey, Roxanne. So I'm just gonna back up what he said because both of these individuals have been using the X39, okay? And the water has accentuated the X39's ability on our body, what our bodies take from it. Because that's what David Schmidt said. He says the water will accentuate the work that the patches do. And that's what it's done. And it's truly amazing. Both of them are up and going like young kids again. And their wives are like, wow, this is amazing. So praise God.
Yeah, thank you. And about a month ago, I met a lady at a meeting whose father drank a glass of the water. He had that disease that we call begins with an A, and you kind of get an out and that, but he still could recognize people and stuff. And he had a glass of it, and he got on, he was just in bed, and then from the bed to a chair. He got up, went to the kitchen, made his breakfast, sat down, and he wouldn't even talk to people. And then the next day he got up, did the same thing. He started talking to people. So the water is amazing. So let's hear your stories on that next week. Thank you so much.
Sherry, one other thing can I share real quick? Someone asked about
Sure.
SB6. Where to place it? We place it 4 fingers above the left ankle on the inside for your SB6. X39, X49, you can place them at the place that you get from a little handout, okay?
Yeah.
But the SB6 on the left side.
Right,
Inside
exactly.
ankle.
SB6, yes, SB6 is a left side of the body patch. So thank you so much. So Gregory or Robin, you want to finish us out with what's going on tonight?
Well, thank you, Jerry. That was wonderful. You do such a beautiful job. And oh my gosh, these
Thank you.
stories are heartwarming. And we've missed you the last few weeks. But we
Well,
are.
I'm Dak, but I was just taking my turn. I got in there right. So thank you.
It's so wonderful. And I think what we're hearing is over time, it just is cumulative and it gets better and better and better. So really pay attention and be connected with your body because it's amazing. And as you all know, we were traveling. We were walking about 12 to 15,000 steps a day. And we did some hills and a lot of stairs. And we all did great. But what was really fascinating for me is we had a 16-year-old and a 20-year-old, and they both came to me for patches because they had a blemish. And it was amazing. You put the glutathione on the blemish, and the next day it's gone. And
Wow.
it was they loved it. And one of our grandsons had some tummy problems, and so we patched him up, and they were gone. We did a triangulation of ice wave on either side of his belly button and Eon below in a triangle. So the grandkids are enjoying the patches, and it's nice when they come to us versus the opposite. So anyway, great to be back. And tonight, I want to talk a little bit about lifestyle because, it's like we always talk about what's your why. And your why is what's important to you. And so what we want is this business to be a reflection so that you can have more of what is important to you. So your homework between now and tonight, if you choose to accept it, is to really start living in that question, if you haven't already, is what do you want more of in your life? What are those things that you highly value? And I'll share this tonight, but Gregory, I said to Gregory, we teach this stuff, we better live it even better. I said, well, what's most important to you? And he said, family. And for us to take 9 in our family on an epic vacation was like, we'll have memories forever. And so I just invite everyone to really, dig a little deeper, spend a little quiet time. And what do you want more of in your life? Is it nature? Is it deep relationships? Is it fulfilling work? It's never about the money. It's always about what the money can bring to you. So that's what we're going to talk a little bit about tonight. And then you want to be sharing your lifestyle, So I didn't share a lot on our Love Younger Facebook page, but on my personal page, there's a lot of photos if you want to see them. So anyway, that's what we're going to do tonight. It is, boy, we're in October already. We're literally days away from many of us getting to be together, which is so exciting. I do want to say, I've done research to try to find a space for a wrap-up session, and I've contacted like 10 hotels without success. So we are not going to have a wrap-up session, but we'll figure out how to be together, and that'll be important. Let's see, anything else, honey, that you want to share?
Well, we want to make sure everybody has their Elton John glasses.
Yes. So go on to Amazon and type in Elton John glasses. I think you can get a dozen for $15. So get some for you and for your team. So you're all dressed up and we get to experience the the red carpet screening of the documentary, which is really, really exciting. And David's always in for surprises, and we'll have it in the newsletter today, but the virtual ticket link is available. So if you're not able to come, please encourage everyone to get their virtual tickets, and they will be available for replay for several weeks afterward. But we'll talk more about that tonight. So it's
Yep.
really glad to be back. Anything else, honey?
And maybe we'll show a few pictures from our 4-city Italian tour with like Robin said, the 9 of the Mascari clan in tow. It was epic. It was epic. And something, we went there 3 years ago on a tour, and we said, God, it'd be so wonderful to take the family here with us. But 3 years ago, that would have been a big stretch. And, this year it was not a big stretch. It was expense paid trip for all 9 of us, expense paid by us, expense paid for them. And we could do that, and so we had a long-term vision, and it fulfilled 3 years later. So we'll talk a little bit about that, having a long-term vision, where you want to be, what you want to be, and how, and maybe the universe will help you figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Exactly.
Lavelle, you have got your hand up?
Yep, I saw the newsletter came out this morning.
Oh,
They
good.
have doubled the points to go to the Bahama cruise. Instead of 2 points for core, it's 4 points. And they're doing that from today until the 19th. Instead of 4 points, it's 8 points for advance. And instead of 8 points for premium, it's 16 points. And they
Wow.
doubled they doubled the preferred customer points from 1 point to 2 points. So everybody still has an opportunity to go on the cruise.
That's
Oh my
awesome.
gosh. And we have till October 19th. Lavelle,
Yeah.
what time did the newsletter come in?
Okay,
7
well,
7 this morning, 6 your
Yeah.
time?
Yeah, it
Okay,
came in about that
great.
time, yeah. And I was
Great.
looking at it and I was like, oh my gosh.
Double your
I guess-
points. So that means they want
David
more
is so,
people to
the company
go.
is so generous. The company is so generous. It's just amazing. I've never been with a company like this in my 27 years of being around this industry. But hey,
Beautiful.
thank God, and thank David Smith and the corporate team for looking out. Thanks so much.
Okay. Much appreciated. Okay, well, I think we'll call this a wrap, and we'll get to see you tonight. And make sure that you and your brand partners join us, because we do this because we want to live a certain life. And then you want to share it with people. That's the gift of Facebook. People go, I want your life. What are you doing? How'd you get there? So that's what we want to share with people. All right, everyone. Thank you. Mwah.
Night.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you,
Unmute.
Jerry. Thank you, Robin.
Back.
Thank you, Gregory.
Thank you, Robin. Thank you.
Thanks,
Sarah,
everyone.
Welcome
Sherry,
home.
It was
wonderful.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, all of you.
Fawn.
You're
Hi,
super.
Fawn.
Fabulous
God bless.
call.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Love
Thank
Tribe.
everybody. Great call.
Bye, everybody.
Keep patching.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.